G'day, today we're playing Rogue Tower again. I'm just going to jump straight into one just to sort of, I guess, talk while I play through the first few waves here. So, thinking about what sort of went wrong for me in the previous game, essentially that I went back to my old ways of not doing too well, not lasting that long. I'll go for those three for now, because two of them are going to gain double duty there. And the question for me is, all right, why did I not succeed in the last one? What was worse about the way that I played in that previous time that I didn't sort of like benefit from my successful attempt to like much more successful attempt to what happened there. What do we want? Mortars. And I think that what it was is the way that I generally play a tower defense game is I will build a kill zone, and I've definitely mentioned that a few times in the videos. Good, I'm probably a little bit light on towers so far as we move along. So let's get a flamethrower in here. Light on kill zones. Sorry, I do focus heavily on kill zones. Now, what I mean by that is you can see here, this guy is just doing a great job of AoE destroying everyone. These towers here, particularly, are individual focus towers, and these guys here, similar. They hit a little bit of an area effect, but they are still very much attempting to sort of hit a single target and weaken them. So this comes from the way that I generally will play most tower defense games. That my strategy is just try and get in there and hit a guy, like focus down as much damage as you can at a single point, and then leave the guys after it to focus down the remaining guys. But I'm not sure that that's the way that this game sort of operates, or the best way for it to work. Let's go for some landmines. Now, if I gotta remember like how big this will build. So I think he's slightly too small there. If that was up one more, it'd be great. We'll go there just to sort of let him cover that whole area. The way that this is more operating is that because it can continue to expand back, and I have found that a few of these guys obviously do a lot of building of their like they'll create more guys that they send forward. It does mean that those kill zones might not actually be that effective, because what will happen is that they will send out like there'll be guys still standing that can then just make new guys. So that AoE attack isn't actually, sorry, that single focus fire isn't going to work, because because the guys are actually still full health as they're passing through that point. So the plan of attack then for me would be that what you need to do is make ballistas and mortars early in your build, and their job is to do that focus fire. They're going to be focus on shield, focus on health, and their job is just to work down the major guys, and then middle of your build is going to be your kill zone, and then you've got guys at the end who are going to try and pick off anyone that survives through all of that. To me, that's the way that this could work. So because of that, what I'm currently doing is I'm sort of building further out than probably be advisable, because I just want to get a feel for where this is going to split, because I still do want to try and operate all within the first split. So as soon as this divides, I can go, okay, great, well, this is, if say this divided right here, then this is my ballista and mortar focus area to try and weaken guys. And then in here becomes my kill zone, and then this is my finish them off section. So we'll put an encampment in there. We can afford it. Still can't afford it. We're very light on money at the moment. I feel like maybe I should just put in a few more ballista towers just next to... let's put a flamethrower in there, because it's probably a pretty good flamethrower spot, so we may as well just take advantage of the location. We afford a shredder? We can't. Let's get just a few cheap ballistas in to just make us back some of this money. We'll put them up here. And these two guys we will make shield and armor. We'll go for crit damage straight away. Yeah, I'm getting lucky so far that there's a long distance till we actually do have a split here. And you can see the way that I sort of initially build anyway is that I just sort of scatter guys slowly along the line. So eventually we'll hit a point where we go like, alright, cool, that's the end of the line. So now let's design with the intention that we're not probably going to build any further than where it's taken us to. You have to be careful too, because I'm, what, 5 waves away from... where we probably want to end it. Sorry, where we want to end it, where Oogie's going to come. Sorry, sometimes I just drift off in a thought. See, at least so far that was quite a nice design. Just take them, even though we don't have the graves, we may as well grab the building so far. There we go. Okay, so that's our split. So, this is now where we want to build. And so it will be that this is my AoE kill zone. Let's think about where we want these guys. Let's put the shredder up here. Can we afford him? Yep. And this is going to be my ballista weaken area. So we want to get some height on these guys if we can. Let's do that. Still not making much money at all. And with these guys, we will start to make that priority that their armor, shield, health, shield, armor, health, armor, shield, health. It is a real shame that, like, most games will just have strongest, weakest, sort of as an option. Just flat out strongest guy. It doesn't matter what their stat is. Whether it's Oogie and his full health, like just straight health abilities, or if it's these guys with their major armor, or the guys that are just shields. It's whichever guy is the biggest threat. Let's kill them. And this is sort of the thing that I'm attempting to stop here. That these guys can just sort of sneak through. That all of these are now going to break open with guys. And they're actually through that first kill zone. But if that first kill zone was here, we'd be in worse shape. Luckily, the second little mini kill zone here is doing the job. So what I'm going to try and do then is the kill zone will actually probably extend all the way from here to here. Like this whole section is going to be a stretched out version of it. We do want the Tesla tower though. That is the big thing we're after. Keep taking that for now. What we want to get is a few mortars in here too. We can move them sort of forward into this area as well. We'll do another pair there. So we're going to go shield, armor, shield, health. And that's purely based on the fact that these guys are made for armor first, is going to be the logic of this. You can see so far, this is a heavy investment area because that damage per second is bad for everyone. The shredders do generally come out on top too. Because the shredders don't cost mana, I might sneak one up here, depending on how we're doing for money. Go for some more bleeding damage. We'll just have this operate back around to give us a bit more of a, like, these are going to be some nice heals for both ballistas and mortars. You can see the range there. Now this next level with Oogie is where this could be a little bit tricky, because these guys probably aren't going to attack Oogie. And it's going to be on these guys to actually, like, sort of pick apart all the lower guys. So whether Oogie's still standing at the point that he passes through these guys is very possible. So we'll go for the ballistas doing damage. Got Oogie coming in here, so he's going to have constantly guys running through him. At least the mortars are making some quick work of some of these guys, but yeah, this strategy could fall apart pretty quick. Good thing is that now all of these guys, I mean, some of these guys as they die will bring out guys that have shields, and that means that these guys will turn to target them, but otherwise, Oogie is getting a bit of attention here. At least they are wiping out the majority of this stuff, so that even though like someone like this fire tower, at least will just focus on Oogie the whole time. At least build up that sort of damage. And it is these AoEs that this long sort of journey is going to help with too. Now, those AoEs are more just from here to the end. They're not going... The ballistas will eventually do poison damage, so that might sort of like tick over a bit longer. I think the fire is going to hopefully be the big impact player here. It looks like we're going to be pretty good. You'd also have to make it through this minefield. Great. Alright, so let's get Tesla. Now that we've got the Tesla as well, we're also going to have to focus on shields a little bit more. But also... so not only the shields... Tesla in there once we can afford him. Those guys are progress based still. I know I had these guys just focusing on armor, didn't I? Armor, shield, health. Alright, we do want to get a lot more ballistas up here too. Keep an eye on that mana. Yeah, jury's still out on how effective these guys are going to be. So I suppose I have seen a fair bit of money come back. It's again just the amount of time that I have with the guys up. So these guys I'll divide between shield and health. That was shield, shield. Sorry, shield and armor. We do really want to get poison in soon, so that these guys can be working on the basically the strongest guys and chipping away at them with poison. So we'll go another Tesla there, and we will put a flamethrower out the front this side too. And we will put an encampment. Now, I'll have to have a look to see where he's going to cover to. So hopefully he does cover it all the way up to here, but I'm not sure he's going to be sitting high enough. So far, this little kill zone's doing a good job of picking those guys off. Alright, let's get some burn on those ballistas at least. Alright, so now we've got some 2 benefit haunted houses, and that's what we'll work on. We'll just go any spot that we can get where we can get them seeing 2. Take. You can see some fast guys now swinging in here. This first section is actually just going to ignore them because they're not going to be considered the strongest in any way. Makes it really hard to see where this guy's going when that comes up and zooms in the same size as him. So I'm not sure if he's hitting that. I can see that line is sort of there, so maybe it's to the edge of that. Guess we can only find out once this guy starts putting out mines. I'm trying to focus a bit more on mortars and ballistas too, because they don't cost me any mana. That we are sort of consolidating the guys that do cost me mana here. But also if I do get that option to upgrade the... what do we got there? Is that a 3 spot? Upgrade with that option where they actually will gain damage by doing mana. I'll take that too. And then I'll just work on upping my mana a little bit. There's definitely a lot of two destination houses that I've managed to get here, which is nice. And some 3s, which will be good. Okay, so what we want to do is get a few more mortars in this sort of central section here. And again, we're going to go for armor, shield, health. We'll give him a friend to sit next to him. See the mortars, even though the cost I've sort of spent on them, they're still coming up good. Their damage done. And the shredders are killing it. Absolutely killing it. Gain burn damage? Sure. Now, I'm not quite sure if there's any benefit to, like, evenly expanding out all the ways. I assume the same amount of guys come through each entrance or something, so possibly some of these being shorter means that there's more guys coming at a much closer range. But if I don't intend on building out any further, potentially what I'm doing is I'm staggering the order that they're going to hit my my front section. So, for example, if I make this longer, these guys will take longer to get here, whereas these guys will have already come and gone by the time these guys are making it into this first sort of like single focus kill zone. Okay, so we will go the second mortar I wanted here, so I don't forget. And then what I want is an encampment right there. Let's sort of hit everything to sort of lay stuff all the way around there. We'll make him, give him the luxury of just sort of AoEing a bit of guys there. We will set up another encampment on top of that hill. Do a similar thing. And on this hill, we are going to go ballistas again in the same sort of layout as these four. Let's get 4 guys up there. Go the damage for them. Again, we're just going to split these between the 2 rolls. So that was shield, that's armor. Really, for the most part, you're not seeing both shield and armor guys together, so... Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like people have both of them, but I do think it's important to have sort of like some of the guys focusing on some, others focusing on the others. And this is where we're going to start to have a little bit of concern about how much these guys are getting through. But we are still getting them well before they even reach this final section. But still, this final section is not overly set up for them. It's more just the mines that are really going to take care of business back there, I suppose. What we really want is the slowing. Now, you can see that mana is getting way down too. So let's invest a little bit in the bank. Let's do a quick check to see if there's any houses or locations for houses to benefit. I suppose there's one just there. It's been there for a while that I overlooked. And let's spend some money on some mana banks. We are nowhere near enough at the moment. That's going to cause us some major problems. It's interesting because as far as I'm aware, it's only this section that's using it. There shouldn't be anyone up this part that's... Or are these guys mana heavy? No, they're not mana at all. We're just not generating anywhere near enough. I mean, definitely I've had other ones where I've had like 30, 40 mana and not been able to handle the requirement, so we'll just keep on spending here. I guess it's also that mana per section is so low that I'm just not gaining it back fast enough. Yeah, let's do that. A nice boost. Now, I think bring a shredder further forward too. Put him in there. These other guys are doing well so far. I would like to continue to expand it a little bit. We'll go back. So we've got some raised stuff here and here. See the amount of stats that we've got added to things too, and the amount that we've got going on for Teslas. For only having 2 Tesla towers, probably look at improving. Get a flamethrower in there. Tesla tower to work around them a little bit. Because these guys are now getting down there pretty far. Alright, well, a lot of nice sharpened blade stuff, and I am liking them, so we'll get a bit more investment in them. We do only have the one in our kill zone to here. We've got the second one there. It's going to cost us 800. Let's get a shredder in there. You can see the ballistas that I haven't spent any money on in a while. I haven't bought more. They're doing their weight. Now, part of this is just going to be based on where they're located. So obviously the ballistas get to just keep shooting all games. So they're going to be doing damage. And someone like the Teslas has to wait all the way till someone getting down here. So their damage isn't going to be as high as all these guys that get to just sort of shoot at absolutely everyone as they go past. Do want to keep an eye on how our mana's doing. It seems to be a little bit better now because I think we're just making it back before a new round starts. I think what I'd like in here is just to break up the sort of 2 sections of this and this with another real focus of ballistas just trying to oh, what do we want? Rough blood bleeding enemy takes extra 1 health damage from all attacks. Yep. We'll get these guys and we will give them the same instructions as everyone else. We will also put an encampment in here because the encampments have so far been very good. So these guys again, armor, shield, health, shield, armor, health, shield, health. I can see a lot of guys are passing through this section now. Hopefully the key thing is that it's the stronger guys are actually getting weakened. That's the sort of takeaway we want to have. That's the point of this section. And then we want these guys working on just weakening or focusing down those guys that are making it through before we potentially have another just sort of area to try to pick off a lot of guys. So we've now got the Zombie Oogie leading the way here. He's got a lot of fire damage on him, so those ballistas are doing a good job of making the burn come. And that sort of instruction that that all of these guys focus on shield and armor before health means that they're all looking at him. feel like we're doing a good job of taking care of like the extra runners that are coming out. Yeah, we'll take the benefit for the ballistas because we've got so many of them. Grab this extra treasure. We'll take the regeneration right there. The range will be great for our towers. Extra burn damage too. Okay. Just checking out the graves again to make sure there's nothing we should be addressing. Maybe over here. Well, is that guy up? Got a few guys just in here. Alright, how are we doing when we get around the turn? Alright, we're still doing okay. So, let's go. This is our bleed. So I guess we can have the combination from all our monsters doing both. Good, you can see them racking it all up. Okay, so what we want down here is we want a Tesla coil there and a shredder there. Let's get 4 more listers in here. And we'll give them the same sort of orders. Shields. Armor. Armor. Shields. And just keeping an eye on how these guys are doing. At least the mines are sorting them out. They are pushing too far. So the idea, I guess, here would be that all ballistas do 3 damage to armor. They can gain burn damage. What I can also, I suppose I can do is that with all these guys here and the money that I've got, they can really focus in on health. And these guys up here, I can focus them in on, say, shield or armor. That the idea is that these are the guys that should be picking off the health at the end, and the ballista's job is just to sort of make sure that they're ready to face this. Someone like this guy here, we can try and really up his impact on health, and you can see how much he's cheap. Obviously, we don't want to have everyone rely on him taking them down, but so far so good. Alright, what we'll do is we'll call it there for this particular video. We'll continue on with this one next time. So thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. let's go with the Shredders. And until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.